All right. Oops. Got to get that guy going. All right, so here we go. To get y by itself, when we're solving for y, to get it as y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form, we need to get y by itself. I'll zoom in here. We get rid of this negative 2x with a plus 2x, and I do it on both sides, plus 2x. Right? Everyone with me? Write this down. So, again, if you have a phone in front of you, can you put it away, please? And then everyone's looking up here. So, these cancel out. So I can bring down just y equals. Now, here's where people get messed up. 3 plus 2x is not 5. It's not 5x. Does everyone see that? This has an x, and this does not have an x. Okay? These don't match. They're not the same thing, right? It's like saying 3 apples plus 2 oranges is 5 apples. Doesn't make sense. You can't turn one into the other. There's different things. And if you remember from Friday on the notes, what I want is to put the mx in front of the b. I like to draw this little arrow. The 2x is going to go in front of that 3, okay? So again, we did this Friday, showing you right now that x needs to go in front of the constant, the number by itself. So it's going to look like this: 2x in front, positive or plus 3 after it. It's not 5, it's not 5x. It's 2x plus 3, okay? Now, we're actually done, because it's y equals. Over 1. You know, I don't mind. But usually you'll just see it as 2x plus 3. But that's it. Okay? So I think you can do that. Now, the next two have an extra step on it. Same idea. Okay? If I want to get y by itself, what do I need to move first? Okay, the 4x got to go. And since it's positive, you're right, we're going to subtract 4x. Okay? Y needs to be by itself. The 4x has got to go. Minus 4x here. Minus 4x here. Are y'all seeing how the first step is to move the x with the opposite? These cancel out. Now careful. What I bring down is 2y. Right? The 2 doesn't just go away, it's still there. 12 minus 4x. Not 8. Not 8x. If this has an x and this one doesn't, do they combine? No, they can't combine. Just like the last one. I like to draw a little arrow to remind myself. Negative 4x is going to go in front of the 12. Okay? Like this. So that negative 4x goes in front of the 12, and I have negative 4x plus 12. Do you see how that works? Mx first, then the b. Now this one and the next one, you just have one extra step. To get rid of the 2 in front of y, by the way, that's a coefficient, and if it's snug right next to it, that means they're being multiplied, right? What's the opposite of multiplying? Divide. So again, to break up buddies like that, okay, you got to divide everything by 2. Okay. These cancel out. And now I have y equals negative 4 over 2. Now, if you're not good at reducing these in your brain, okay, I don't mind, okay, if you do this on your calculator. What is negative 4 over 2? Well, that's negative 2x. Okay. 12 over 2. Again, if you don't know, calculator's your friend. Let it help you out here. I would like for you to know that, but I don't want you to make a mistake or leave it unreduced. You got to reduce these things, okay? The only extra thing you could do is if there's no fraction for the slope, you could put it over 1, right? Okay, do y'all see how we're doing that? You move over the x, you put it in front of the b, and then if you need to, you'll divide. But let's try that on number 3. Okay, on number 3, I'm trying to get y by itself. Do y'all see how that x needs to move over? What's the opposite of a positive x? It's positive, so it needs to be the opposite, negative, right? So minus x here, minus x here. You see the pattern? Move the x first. Everyone, this is where people do fun. What do I bring down here? Not just 3y, negative 3y. You got to pick the sign with it. Okay? If you forget the sign, it'll mess up all your numbers in the end. So negative 3y equals, now 15 minus x, how do I write that? Where does the negative x go? In front of the 15. So it's negative x, and it's positive, so it's a plus 15. Okay, now, last step. Negative 3y means negative 3 and y are being multiplied. That's what a coefficient does. So what's the opposite of multiplying again? Divide. But what do I divide by? Negative 3. It has to match exactly. So I know that's kind of weird. You think when you see that negative sign, you want to think, oh, I'm going to add. Not if it's a coefficient, not if it's a buddy in front. Okay, you got to divide by the exact same number, negative 3, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Okay, cool. Now, this one cancels, and now I just have y equals. Real quick, and now, if I have a negative over a negative, when they divide, they cancel out. They're positive, and the 1 over 3 is left over. 1 over 3 does not reduce, so I know it's kind of weird, but you had to put that 1 there, negatives cancel out, 1 over 3, x. And then, once again, your calculator can help you out. Negative 15 over negative 3 gives me negative 5, so I'll put minus 5 here, okay? Cool. That's how you solve for y. Now, the importance of doing this is on your assignment, which I'm about to pass out. Some of the equations are not y equal. I've gone over Friday. I previously today have a warm up. I'm going to do that when we get started. Questions. I want everyone to have out your notes from Friday. If you weren't here, there's a copy of the notes come out. You put it in. You need a copy of the notes on your desk, okay? A lot of people have questions, but I'm going to refer you to the notes when I help you out. So you gotta have out your notes on your desk. Does everyone hear me say that? You can do that right now. Get out your notes for Friday, please. This assignment is just like that notes sheet. You're going to graph the original, and on the front side of the assignment, you're going to graph also a parallel line. So you need to write a parallel line and graph a parallel line. Or graph a line and then graph its parallel. Now I'm going to show you remind you what these notes look like real quick, if I can get there. Now here's a quick review. Is everyone looking right here? When you graph, what do you graph first? Mx plus b. The m or the b, which one? The b, the y-intercept, okay? And then you use the slope, 5 over 1. This is a perfect example of how you do this. I plot the 3 first, right there, and then I do what? Down 4 over 5. Negative means down. You always run to the right. Now, on our notes, I think we picked a different change, but all you're doing is changing the y-intercept and graphing that, okay? So everything's right here in the notes. Keep the slope, change the y-intercept. I should have the original and the new one both graphed. It's not parallel until I say 2 lines. Now you'll notice the very first equation is ready to go. It's already y equals, right? But if you look at the one on the bottom, you have to actually solve that kind of like number 1 on your warm-up. Okay? So the bottom of the front page is like number 1 on your warm-up. You got to solve it for y first. On the back, this is perpendicular. Let me remind you about perpendicular. You need to do the opposite reciprocal slope. When you change the sign, back of the. You'll notice the top one and the bottom one on the back, you have to solve for y, just like our warm-up. So again, it's like the second and the third one on your warm-up. All right, so go ahead and get started. You should have a ruler. You're going to have to plot some nice straight lines. You want to use that ruler, okay? And I'm here to help, so if you got questions, please let me know. All right, let's get started.